Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Mayhem, the go-home show. In fact, for the Christmas Clash pay-per-view, my name is Darren Jacobs, and I will be your commentator for this evening. First man down to the ring tonight to kick the show off before Christmas Clash, which is scheduled to be one hell of a pay-per-view. Jake Griffiths making his way down to the ring. Debuted a few weeks ago and had a very decent result, picked up an initial victory, but hasn't been seen since. And now, once again, the general manager just trying to give these people who haven't quite pushed themselves onto the card yet, haven't found a role for them in WIW. The general manager's trying to get them in the card and see where they lie in terms of title rankings, potentially, and also potentially just in the roles, of course. Over the last couple of weeks, a lot of rivalries taking place, a lot of matches being booked, and poor Jake Griffiths, despite winning on his debut, which is a very rare thing to do, hasn't really found himself a place in the roster as of yet. So tonight gets himself a chance to really push on and try and show what he's worth, show that he's worth the TV time that he's being given here tonight, and hopefully in the future for him as well. He's up against someone in a very similar style to that, although has had a few chances, particularly a #1 contendership match opportunity not too long ago. And he's also had some chances to pull off some wins. It's A.D Nathaniel. Last time out won a fatal four-way match, and it was a pretty impressive showing. It was clever. He would let everyone else do the beating down. He then ran in, make the cover on the person who was ready to be counted out for good. So it was a wise play from A.D Nathaniel, and he shows tactics. Despite his little brawler style, he's a very smart man, and he's proving that here. And tonight, he has a chance to show himself off in a one-on-one match against Jake Griffiths, although we know he hasn't been great in one-on-one action. But tonight, he's hoping to use his brawler instincts and rough fighting style to get an advantage here over Jake Griffiths to start tonight's show. The general manager giving him another opportunity to really show themselves. And poor A.D Nathaniel, only with his first victory the other week. Can he find another one here tonight? Let's hope so. Bell rings. And we're going to go straight away here. A.D Nathaniel not wasting any time, but Jake Griffiths quickly with a counter. And now looking for a Russian leg sweep there, and he does connect. And Jake Griffiths, tonight it's all about standing out, making an impression here to start tonight's show. Of course, it's the go-home show just before the pay-per-view, which we can't imagine he'll be participating in. But he's going to want to make an impression if he can. Excuse me. Why do I always need to sneeze when the cameras start rolling? It's the problem with being live, you see. And now look at this, Jake Griffiths trying to capitalize there. Oh, and there's an atomic drop. Tried to capitalize, but A.D Nathaniel just crashes to the canvas. And now going to wrench away on the arm. He's off to a good start here. And look at this, begging A.D Nathaniel to get up. He wants more. He's enjoying the in-ring action that he's getting, and good on him as well. You've got to make the most of your opportunities when they present themselves. But A.D Nathaniel trying to find a fight back, but another counter this time by Jake Griffiths. And another counter this time by A.D Nathaniel. Back and forth they go, but no one can capture the control. Jake Griffiths got off to a good start, but now all of a sudden, A.D Nathaniel trying to provide a fight back, and there's a suplex. And now picking him up. Needs to capitalize on the opportunity he's been given here to take control. Gets him up. What's he thinking? Oh, big suplex there. Big stalled suplex there. Took a while to take him down, and now playing to the crowd. The crowd. And that's a big problem there. The crowd not really behind A.D Nathaniel. But he is a fantastic in-ring competitor, and of course that devastating finisher, the roll in peace, if connected, has the potential to put him away. Look at that. Massive spine buster there by A.D Nathaniel. And Jake Griffiths, even though with early control, hasn't been able to capitalize on it, and now being made to pay for that by A.D Nathaniel with a massive knee lift. Oh, and Griffiths tried to run at him with a full head of steam, and A.D Nathaniel caught him off his stride. Big counter though by Jake Griffiths, who looks to fly there and a jumping knee across the jaw of A.D Nathaniel. Now Jake Griffiths once again looking to fly, looking to get use that aerial advantage of his. Beautiful neck breaker there off the top rope, or the middle rope, excuse me. And Jake Griffiths being wise, using his aerial ability to his advantage. And the general manager right now contemplating whether to bring the cruiserweight division back. And I think Jake Griffiths might be a nice fit for that, seeing the nice high-flying antics. But I'm sure he has bigger ambitions than just to be a cruiserweight fighter. Meanwhile, look at this. A.D Nathaniel, what's he thinking? Was looking for something big there, decided against it. Decided he ain't about that high-flying life. And you'll find that most of A.D Nathaniel's matches find their way to the outside. Very brawler-style fighter, as I mentioned. A very similar style to Lachlan, of course. Lachlan prefers to do all his stuff outside the ring. You know, beating people up, calling them out, things like that. And then when stepping into the ring, he finds himself in a bit of trouble. And tonight, look at that. Jake Griffiths unleashing the anger there. And now he looks hyped up, but can he capitalize on it? Needs to keep an eye on the count as well. We're at count of 6. And look at this, Nathaniel. That's the problem Jake Griffiths is having right now. Every time he gets a bit of control and looks like he's ready to burst away, A.D Nathaniel quickly just re-establishes the pecking order in this match. And now looking again for another spine buster, this time on the spin for added impact. And now just grounding and pounding, as we'd expect something like someone like A.D Nathaniel to do. And now look at this. Shots to the head, and then slamming him down again. And A.D Nathaniel looking ready to put him away. Jake Griffins in a bit of trouble here. With his back to the ropes, look at this. Roll in peace. And straight into the cover. Is A.D Nathaniel done enough to wrap this one up? No, he hasn't. It's a 2.5 count. And the referee was very sharp there to stop that at 2.5. And A.D Nathaniel thought he might have had that one there. And that's been A.D Nathaniel's biggest problem. Can't do enough to put away these matches as quickly, as efficiently as he'd like. But Jake Griffiths is giving himself an opening now by kicking out, but now needs to capitalize, and this might be the way to do it. Big counter there into an inverted DDT. And look at this. Once again, begging him to get up. He's eager to fight, Jake Griffiths. He's looking for challenges. He's looking to fight. And he's definitely been brought one here tonight. A massive clothesline. And now can he capitalize on it? Look at this. Look at this. A wheelbarrow stunner. Wheelbarrow stunner to A.D Nathaniel. And now dragging him to the middle of the ring. What's he thinking? Legs up. Oh, what a shot to the stomach there by Jake Griffiths, who's showing real spirit here. I thought that rolling cutter was going to be enough to wrap this one up, but it didn't quite do the trick. And now A.D Nathaniel in trouble of his own. Look at this. Jake Griffiths looking ready to put this one away. Super kick. Devastating follow through as well. Is that going to be enough? The ref really slow to make the count, but is Jake Griffiths going to get it? No, he's not. It's another 2 count. Jake Griffiths looked up there in disbelief at the count of 2. And A.D Nathaniel has given himself a lifeline here. He needs to keep fighting on. Oh, but look at this, A.D Nathaniel with the counter. Trying to fight on here. There's a clothesline, and down goes Griffiths. And now look at this, with the neck snap. And just wrenching away here on the head. And now A.D Nathaniel just trying to keep control of the match if he can. But this has really been a back and forth affair. And these opening matches are getting more and more intense as of late, especially with people just trying to prove their place and trying to fight for the spots that they've been given. There's another spine buster, this time by A.D Nathaniel. And look at this, dragging him to the middle of the ring. He's gone for the cover. Is that spine buster going to be enough to keep down Jake Griffiths? He's been fighting hard in this match, but he's still only going to get a 2 count for his troubles. And look at the eyes there of A.D Nathaniel. You can see the disappointment that he hasn't wrapped this one up, but now looking for and a beautiful running senton there and straight into the cover again. Thinks he's done enough to wrap this one up. Has he? Oh! That was really close. The 3 count. Kicks out again at 2.5. And A.D Nathaniel looking one more time for the RIP to wrap this one up, or to roll this one up if you get the drift. Oh, look at this. Big counter there by Jake Griffiths. And now can he capitalize? Runs up. Oh, and there's a neck breaker, and he's got him slap bang in the middle of the ring. This is where he needs him. This is the perfect opportunity now for Jake Griffiths to take the match and wrap this one up if he can. Super kick. Oh, no, countered. No, he connects with it. Counted the first one, couldn't connect with the second one. This is what won him his first match. Has he done it the second time round? No, it's another kick out. Count of 2. And Jake Griffiths can't believe it. I can't believe it. I thought this one was over. Jake Griffiths with a second super kick, but it's unable to do the job. And, oh, look at that. There's the elbow across the jaw. And you can see how badly these guys want to prove their place. They want more TV time. They want their times to shine. And that's exactly what they're trying to fight for here. And now look at this. A bit more ground and pound. And A.D Nathaniel on the receiving end of it. And now dragging to the ropes here. Jake Griffiths just trying to capitalize. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. He's got his foot on the ropes. Referee is not looking at it. It's a 2 count. And look at that. And Jake Griffiths, that was not what I was expecting from him. Trying to cheat his way to victory, and he just wants these victories now, and he doesn't care what he's going to do it. Cover here from A.D Nathaniel, and he only gets a 2 count. The crowd are loving this. I think Jake Griffiths just showed why these guys are fighting so hard. They're doing whatever it takes to walk out the victory. They don't want to be forgotten. They want to make their names here in WIW, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here. Oh, look at this, try to get him up, and another big counter into a neck breaker, this time by Jake Griffiths. Begging him to get back to his feet again, but A.D Nathaniel pretty slow to get up. He might have him ready to finish this one off if he can capitalize on it. There's another wheelbarrow stunner. And did you see the fullback there on A.D Nathaniel crash down to the canvas? And now Jake Griffiths maybe looking for the super kick one more time. Caught again, but he catches it right on the jaw that time. And surely that's it for A.D Nathaniel. Has Jake Griffiths picked up the win? Yes, he has. The referee was a little slow to make the count there again, but he picks it up. Jake Griffiths, 2 wins out of 2. That is a very impressive start to life here in WIW, and that's exactly what he's going to need. Look at that. There was a spine buster. But A.D Nathaniel, the same old problem. Gets the big moves in, just can't get enough done to keep him down for a count of 3. And A.D Nathaniel really needs to work on that. That was the first super kick from Jake Griffiths. Looking at it again, didn't connect as cleanly as I thought it did. Wasn't a lot of follow through, even though I said there was a lot of follow through. There wasn't quite. But Jake Griffiths, seeing a new side of him tonight with the little thing on the ropes, trying to use the ropes as leverage to steal the win. But it was a hard fought victory, and Jake Griffiths proving he'll do whatever it takes to get to the top of the WIW rankings, no matter what. So let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been told to report backstage because look at this! Jayden attacking the WIW champion from behind. Well, he said he had prepared and planned for everything that he has seen up till this point, and I guess this must be part of the strategy. Jayden going straight for the world champion, just trying to get some leverage. Of course, Aaron Albright picking an embarrassing defeat on last time out in the last main event of Monday Night Mayhem against Jace, who got himself a spot in what is now a triple threat match at Christmas Clash for the WIW Championship. And for Aaron Albright, it's not exactly what he would have wanted, but he had a chance to stop it, and he could not do it. And Jayden once again just tried to get the jump on Jace. And this has just been Jayden's plan, just been slowly working away on them, just trying to make sure that everything goes his way at the pay-per-view. He says he's always a man with a plan, and this plan, so far, I don't know whether it's been working or not, because he kind of seemed to want Jace in that matchup. Jace and Jayden, of course, been locking horns ever since Jayden came into WIW following his 2-minute victory. And now into an office here. This is escalating out of control very quickly, but Aaron Albright defending himself well. And it was unlike the WIW champion to pick up the defeat as quickly as he did last week. You kind of wonder, was he injured? That could be a reason. If he's showing signs of weakness this early on before before a title defense, it's worrying signs. And of course, he doesn't even have to be involved in the decision to lose the match. Oh, look at this. Oh, nearly landing him onto the chair there. But look at this beautiful counter into a Uranagi. And now turning him around. Just trying to capitalize on the space he's been given. And a big elbow to the back to do just that. And now picking him up. Aaron Albright. The X Factor, the phenomenal one. He's gone by many names. But he also joins history as the first ever 2-time world champion. But so far in WIW history, the WIW Championship has yet to be defended. And after the showing last week, he showed signs that he wasn't going to defend it. But now tonight, showing signs that he's not willing to let anyone take the title away from him. Perhaps maybe it was a strategy from him. Maybe he didn't want to commit too much to the match and trying to capitalize on it. Oh, look at this. Toss to the desk there. And a toss to the other side. Just crashing him into all the things around him. And there's an interview going on back there between another special guest. Can't quite tell who that one is. I think it's Dean Ambrose. I think. Oh, look at this once again, battling through the office. But now look at this. Hook in the arm. Brainbuster right on the apron. And the world champion gets one back on Jayden, despite the blindsided attack. And this is going to reach a big conclusion at the pay-per-view. Albright, of course, not competing tonight, but Jayden will be, so he's going to need time to recover before tonight's main event. But let's move on down the rest of the card. Back into in-ring action now, and it's going to be the first time out we get to see the European Championship around a different ways. That's right, Mason Foster's going to make his first in-ring appearance as the new champion of Europe. That's right, here he comes, making his way down to the ring for the first time, I think. I don't know, taking his time about it, but it is the new European champion, Mason Foster. He'll be taking on a familiar foe tonight, but we will get to that when we get to that. But here he is, the face of seriousness now. He knows, after seeing last week, he is a serious target to everyone now. Everybody is after the title that is around his waist with the new Welsh side plates. They all want to be the next champion, and the next person who is stepping up to take him on at Christmas Clash is Brad Skeens, who is still on the mission to become the first non-European to win the European Championship. But Mason Foster, the second ever European champion, the first ever from the UK, the Welsh Wonder Boy, hoping to begin what is a long reign. He's got big shoes to fill, of course. Jace coming off the back of an 84-day title reign as the European champion, and now pushing on straight away for the World Championship. So there is proof that this title can be a platform to bigger and better things if you can use it correctly. So tonight, Mason Foster has a chance to do just that and show what kind of a champion he's going to be and how dominant his reign can be if done right. He needs to show himself, though, tonight what he can do. Tonight, he's up against a familiar foe in Lachlan, the first person he actually clashed at a pay-per-view with, of course, Lachlan, famous for terrorizing everybody backstage and ambushing people. Very, very thuggish style. So Lachlan here tonight, ready to do some damage and get some revenge. Of course, these two faced that fatality for the first ever fatality match, where he was knocked out on top of a ladder from a spinning heel kick that knocked him out cold, and the referee called the match there. Mason Foster's gone off to bigger and better things, but Lachlan, after being prevented from really doing anything else, because he's been, of course, the general manager keeping a close eye on him now, and he's not letting him ambush people. He's been short on chances, but he ain't going to get a better one tonight than to get revenge on Mason Foster and show that he's ready to push for title pictures. This is a big opportunity as well tonight for Mason Foster to send a message to Brad Skeens, the hungry challenger. We will be greeting him at the pay-per-view, and this match is going to get straight on the way with a collar and elbow tie-up. And of course, these two had a classic of a match at Fatality. It came right to the end. Lachlan was ready to put Mason Foster away, but he ended by landing his finisher onto the table, onto the ladder, excuse me. But instead, Mason Foster beat him to the punch with the spinning heel kick. And that was the end of that. And it's crazy how different these two careers have changed as a result. Mason Foster really has brought his career to a standstill. And now he gets a chance, Lachlan, to restore that here tonight. And now look at this, a beautiful side slam. He's off to a good start here. And if I'm not mistaken, he got off to a decent start at the pay-per-view, but too much domination here, and the big move's coming out from Mason Foster. The European champion needs to send a message. Jace, one of the longest reigning champions ever, one of the most dominant champions ever so far in the very short history in WIW. So now he needs to follow that trend. He needs to use this title to show what he can do and really make a name for himself. And Lachlan looking to do just that here if he can pick up a win against the European champion. And Brad Skeens will be watching on backstage, of course, earning his title opportunity in the last episode. Oh, and a massive knee lift there. And Lachlan playing to the crowd, but not a liked man at all for his backstage attacks and devastating moves on the outside. Very much a brawl style. And he enjoys it that way. He likes to inflict pain on others. That's what he lives to do. That's the Lachlan way. In his words, stamping his own brand of justice onto proceedings. And now look at this, trying to take him down there with a series of punches. Foster stands up, but a leg drag to take him back down. And Foster is not off to a good start here in his first outing as European champion. Of course, a lot of people came out last week and said they deserve title opportunities and that he wasn't deserving of being a champion because he did have help in capturing the title, of course. If you remember back to the European Championship match between Mason Foster and Jace, it was the interruption by Jayden that won him the title. Look at that. Massive, big boot right to the top of the head, and Foster is in trouble here. Lachlan, ready to put this one away. What's he thinking? Big combination here. Look at this, and looking for the knee. Right across the jaw. And has he knocked out the champion? Has he got his revenge here on Mason Foster? No, it's a 2 count. Very close, though. Lachlan. Flashbacks to fatality, just thinking, what does he have to do to put him away? He couldn't do it there with a beautiful combination following the knee and a knee across the jaw. But now Mason Foster needs to fight back. He hasn't been doing much offense in this match, and now might be his opportunity. Look at that, rolling cutter there. Shadows of A.D Nathaniel. Now raising his fist up high, playing to the crowd. The crowd, he's definitely a fan favourite, Mason Foster. As soon as he won the title, people went crazy for the fact that he's the European champion, dethroning Jason. Now look at this, trying to fight back here, and look at that super kick to the jaw. And all of a sudden, Mason Foster might have the fight back in him to get back in this, and there's the spinning heel kick. The spinning heel kick that knocked him out of fatality. He drags him to the center of the ring. He thinks that might be enough. It's done it in the past. Is he going to do it again here tonight? No, it's only a 2 count. And Lachlan kicks out quite comfortably at 2, it has to be said. But Mason Foster looking to make life a little bit more uncomfortable for him here. Can he deliver the dagger right in the middle of the ring? There it is! Butterfly DDT! And straight into the cover. And the European champion knocks it down! And Lachlan kicks at the count of 2. And I thought Mason Foster had just put him away there. Lachlan fights on. But to be fair, this match was majority Lachlan, but he's now been in spells. It's now completely turned the tide here as Mason Foster just trying to show himself to be a strong champion. That kick out did show that, but he hadn't had much offense in until just now, and now a power slam to follow through. Mason Foster showing a bit of strength there and going to go for the cover off the power slam. Is that going to be enough to put away Lachlan? No, it's not. It's a 2 count. And these two, very familiar with each other at this point. Although Lachlan has yet to put Mason Foster down. And he's still trying to do it here tonight. But Mason Foster, with so much momentum coming into this match as the European champion, really trying to fight back here. Look at this. Was playing to the crowd there. And got caught with a wheelbarrow stunner. That coming out a lot here tonight. And now Lachlan trying to make him pay for it. And a big clothesline there. Off the Irish whip. Now look at that. Looking for a cutter. Couldn't connect. Oh, look at that. Was going for a super kick. Big counter. And looking for a DDT. And reversed into a Russian leg sweep by Mason Foster. He goes straight into the cover off of it. Trying to just wrap this one up. Right in the face of Lachlan, the count. And he's only going to get 2. This is a close match. You feel we're just one big move away from crowning a winner here, and it could go either way. What a big win this would be for Lachlan. Really would make a statement if he can pull it off. And now look at this. Mason Foster grabs Lachlan by the head. By the hair, sorry, should I say. And now look at this. Crashing him into the turnbuckle. Not even giving him a second to breathe or retaliate to what's happening. Just bashing his head onto that turnbuckle. And now Foster grabs him by the leg. What's he thinking here? Twisting it in an uncomfortable position before trying to snap his leg off there. And now Lachlan trying to fight back here once again. Try and get himself back in control like he was to start. And there's another clothesline following the arm twist. And now once again trying to advance forward on his position. Couldn't do it. And now Foster trying to do the same. Foster trying to get the cover. Just wants to walk out of this one with the win. He doesn't want to take too much damage before Christmas Clash, where you know Brad Skeens is going to be ready to put on one hell of a show. Lachlan fights out of it. Spins him around there with the power of that punch. Now looking for a big elbow drop right to the heart of Lachlan. Right to the heart of Mason Foster. And Lachlan taking a second to breathe there. He's put him through his paces here tonight, the champ. Maybe what he was saying is true. Maybe he really has learned from their past encounters. And now Lachlan ready to put away the European champion. There's a knee and a kick and an elbow. And looking for the running knee. Beautiful combination again. And now into the cover. Has he put away the European champion? Is Foster down for the count? No, he's not. It's another 2 count. And I'm looking at it again there. That was very close. To a 3 count, and Lachlan cannot believe his eyes. But look at this. Foster once again. Gonna get back to his feet. And Lachlan must be wondering at this point, what does he have to do to put this man away? He's tried all he can and yet still can't do it. Now Mason Foster looking to put him away himself. Looking for that butterfly DDT. Connects with thunderous impact. Cover in the middle of the ring. 2. And Foster's done it. The European champion shows his dominance here tonight in a tough battle between him and Lachlan. And these two have put on some great battles in before. And that was definitely up there with their best. What a match that was between these two. And the European champion stands strong tonight. Really got to show what he was made of. Oh, but look at this, Skeens! Skeens from behind! Oh, look at this, taking down the European champion! And after a hard-fought victory, he's weakened, and Brad Skeens looking to take advantage. Holding the title, and look at this. Looking to send a message to the Welshman, taking him down! And he wants that title. And there's a message sent very clearly to the Welshman, Mason Foster. A big message sent here by Brad Skeens. Can Brad Skeens make it 3rd time lucky and capture the WIW European Championship? Or will Mason Foster stand strong as he did here tonight? We won't know. We'll have to wait till Christmas Clash. But let's move on now to the rest of the card. Next up tonight, Stephen Miller ready for some in-ring action. Hoping to finally get rid of William Hale and trying to get... Oh, look at this! William Hale has taken out his opponent for the evening. He was supposed to be taking on Dino D. But now look at this. William Hale wants his match. And he wants it now, right before the pay-per-view where these two are scheduled to clash. And straight away going for one another. And trading fists in the middle of the ring. Stephen Miller and William Hale. This feud has been boiling for weeks. Look at this, pushing off the referee. And the referee's going to ring the bell to start this one off. And Stephen Miller and William Hale, we've seen for weeks the backlash between these two. And the crowd are eagerly waiting to see how this one ends. These two will face at Christmas Clash, but it looks like they couldn't wait for it. Dino D taken out by William Hale. And once again, William Hale with another plan to get the psychological advantage. And now trying to put him away already with a DDT. Big moves coming out already from William Hale. And now Hale looking to send a warning fire to his opponent tonight. Look at that! Right on the knee. And once again, William Hale prevents any type of activity from Mr. Stephen Miller. Will Stephen Miller finally get his revenge at the pay-per-view, or will William Hale stand tall as he has done for the majority of this month? Let's move on down the rest of the card, and we'll get one step closer to finding out at Christmas Clash. And we're barreling ever closer to Christmas Clash. There's going to be some huge announcements at Christmas Clash, but also some good news and bad news. That will come in a separate update video that will be coming very soon to you at around the Christmas period. I'll need to explain some things that are going on. We've got some big things happening. We've got some smaller things happening, but we've got a lot happening. You guys are going to love. 2018 is going to be a big year for WIW, I promise you that. But 2017 so far has been a big year for these two. Kazarian Zander and Patrick Green, the Linebacks, the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, first ever 2-time Tag Team Champions, making their way down to the ring, of course, scheduled to take on, as we know, the Dragon Dynasty at the pay-per-view. But tonight, Patrick Green going to get a bit of in-ring action tonight against one member of the Dragon Dynasty, who will be making his way out in a minute. And the crowd getting mixed reactions from the crowd. We can't tell where they stand on these two, because all of a sudden they feel like the crowd just love them and that they are God's gift to anyone. But all of a sudden, I don't know, they kind of just seem lost to me. And I think they were wise to... I think the Wolfpack were wise to get rid of Coach Wilson, who of course kept all the chaos under control. Well, at least orchestrated the chaos in a way that it was effective. But since beating the Wolfpack, they haven't looked particularly strong. And the Dragon Dynasty have capitalized on that. But can the Dragon Dynasty get revenge? Of course, remember, the only reason that the Linebacks were able to retain the tag team titles last time out against the Dragon Dynasty was by count out. They literally played the count out game because they knew that Lance and Rage would be too strong. Tonight, Lance, the undefeated in-ring competitor Lance, is going to go into action. Rage is not allowed in the ring as part of a punishment because for getting himself ejected last week, said the general manager. Tyson Jackson been sending some strong words in the comments section about how he's interested in pursuing the European title. And of course, it seems like everybody and their mother, as Mason Foster put it, is out for his European title. And we knew he'd be a target. They sense new blood. They sense weakness. Jace was a dominant champion and no one really wanted to approach that because they knew how dominant he was. But they sense weakness with him and they want to go for the European Championship. But the general manager has made it clear, one thing at a time. Lead your team. Lead your team or the title. That is your call. And tonight he has made the bold decision as the leader of the Dragon Dynasty to lead them the first foot forward tonight. So it is Patrick Green and Lance going at it. Remember, Lance undefeated in the ring, yet to lose a battle. This dude refuses to stay down. Of course, his first actual loss was a tag team loss. But in-ring singles action, he is yet to lose because, as everyone finds out when they get there, this man is impossible to keep down for a count of 3. And Patrick Green might find that out the hard way here tonight. But Patrick Green and Kazarian Zander, no short of challenge themselves. They're tough in-ring competitors. When they first came in, they made everyone they faced bleed. As of late, resorting to much cheaper tactics, it was seen, but they're doing everything in their power to prevent losing the titles again. Of course, losing them to Up, Down, Down, who we haven't seen since due to injury after winning them back and becoming 2-time tag team champions. But then, of course, their first successful title defense was against the Dragon Dynasty. And look at this. Really has been a new attitude towards things for the Chaos, not for the Chaos Twins, for the Linebacks. Look at that. Rage already trying to distract Patrick Green. But the thing is, that surely the Dragon Dynasty know this. Lance doesn't need help because you just can't keep him down. He's been an absolute monster ever since he debuted way back at High Voltage, I believe. I do believe it was High Voltage. If I've made a mistake, then please forgive me. But it's a lot to remember here in WIW. But Lance, look at the grip. Look at the size of his hands. I never realized that. How quite large his hands are there. And it gives him a little bit of an added advantage. But Patrick Green and Kazarian Zander, as we know, tough in-ring competitors. And they are tag team champions for a reason. The former, for the undrafted NFL superstars. They believe they're superstars, of course. But unfortunately, no one in the NFL quite saw it that way. And now Lance, looking ready to deliver a dagger here. Lifting him up. Powerbomb jackknife style. And Lance, you can see it in the way he wrestles. He is such a dominant powerhouse, a very tough fighter. And he doesn't even really need to try. You see it in the way he presents himself. He is a dominant fighter. A really effective superstar. And he doesn't even need to give max effort. And that's what I'm saying. If this is him at half the power and half the effort, imagine him at full effort and fully unleashed rage mode. But the Dragon Dynasty, no short of dominant people themselves. Of course, Rage, the former WIW champion, the first ever world champion in this series, winning that against Jayden all the way back at Resurrection, which does feel like a year ago, I'll tell you that. It almost was, to be fair. Which is like, what, 3 months ago? Like, that's close enough to a year. Now, Patrick Green just trying to keep control. Neither side really getting the edge here. Both doing the big moves. And there's another big one there. There's a running haymaker from Patrick Green. Lance still stands, though. Look at that. Lance just shakes it off. The running haymaker does no effect. But Patrick Green, once again, trying to capitalize. There's a spear. Spear by Green. But the referee being distracted by Rage. And once again, the referee contemplating ejecting Rage for a second time. And the general manager will not be happy if he does get ejected again. He's already had to step in to say that what you did last week was unacceptable. Of course, influencing the match as much as you did. But of course, Patrick Green and Kazarian did their fair share of it as well. The referee decided to eject Rage of all three. Oh, look at this. Rage has already had enough. He wants to just get out of here, just inflict damage. Of course, remember, their tag team title opportunity is coming at Christmas Clash. And it might be their last one because it would be their second defeat to the Linebacks if they're unsuccessful and nearly getting him there a 2 count. And that's worrying signs from Rage, from Lance. Taking a little bit of a beat here. Oh, look at this. Look at where the chair placed as well. Look at this. Oh, no, and he's landing on the chair. On the chair. Look at Rage going, yes, I knew that was going to happen. And Patrick Green trying to fight on here. Look at that. Massive shot to the back. Real punching power from the Linebacks. 2 very physical, dominant fighters. And now look at this. Gets him back to his feet. Snap over the neck. And now look at this. Submission hold applied. Trying to wrench away here. Trying to make him tap. That might be a good way to pull away Lance. Lance yet to lose to pin. Maybe submission the way to go. And he's got it locked in tight here. Look at this. You see Lance just trying to reach for the ropes. He just can't get a hold of it. He might be forced to tap here. And look at Green's arm. He doesn't look particularly comfortable. Had to let it go. And into the cover. He thinks he's done enough here to put him away and just to knock him out, and he hasn't. It's only a 2 count, and the crowd are loving this. They love seeing these tag team battles between the Dragon Dynasty and the Linebacks. It's going to reach a big conclusion at Christmas Clash, which is going to be a great pay-per-view. But look at this. Rage. He's tired. He's taking some hits, but he's ready to wrap this one up. Getting him up. Oh, look at this. Big counter. Big counter by Patrick Green. And worrying signs here. Because look at this. He's going to the corner. Has he finally done it? Is he about to be the first person to keep down the machine that is Lance? There's a spear again. A second spear. Is it going to be enough? No, Tyson Jackson now. Tyson Jackson keeps it alive. And that's the second time the referee hasn't even made a count. Unbelievable. And you can see the worry on their faces there. Tyson Jackson and Rage. It really is worrying signs here because Rage is getting dominated. Lance, sorry, there's so many names. Getting dominated here. Look at that, the Dragon Dynasty forced to disperse. Remember, they get themselves involved. It's an automatic disqualification. Cannot participate, but I have a feeling Rage wants to. Rage has become a lot more aggressive all of a sudden, of course. I'm really unleashing the Rage since helping the Dragon Dynasty get a title opportunity in the first place. Look at that, crushing him onto the top of the LED board. Devastating impact, and now going high risk. Oh, look at this. Rage just going to toss him back into the ring to do him a favor there. And he's going to go straight into the cover following it. And as Lance picked up the win right there. No, he hasn't. It's a 2 count. And look, did you see Kazarian? He goes 2. Ha ha ha. He was almost laughing at him there, pointing. That was hilarious. And now look at this, just squeezing away on the head of Patrick Green. This match has definitely turned the tide since being saved. But now, trying to put him away. Look at this. What's he thinking? I thought maybe he was going for the discus big boot. Maybe he's got something else in mind. A Superman punch. Usually it's Rage landing the Superman punch. This time Lance does it. And is it going to be enough to put away Green? Yes, it is. Knocked out cold with the Superman punch. And Lance continues his unbeaten run in WIW. What a dominant display that was. Patrick Green really put up a fight. He really had a good showing. And there was 2 spears, and it could have put him away if it weren't for the interruption to the Dragon Dynasty. We don't know, but what we do know is that Lance once again has walked out with another in-ring singles victory. And the Dragon Dynasty, dominant, remains supreme for 2 weeks in a row. But the question is, can they do that again when it's the tag team titles on the line? They can't afford to make the mistake again, or they will not get another opportunity. This is a big chance for them, and they don't want to waste it at Christmas Clash. But the momentum is well and truly in favour of the Dragon Dynasty. Will we have new tag team champions, or will the Linebacks find a way to retain? We'll have to find out very soon, but it's time to move on down the rest of the card. Main event of the evening this time. the last match before the Christmas Clash pay-per-view for Monday Night Mayhem. And it's Jace coming down to the ring. So far, everybody, as things are going according to plan, Christmas Day will be the Christmas Clash pay-per-view. If not, it will be Boxing Day, but I will try my best to get it out for Christmas, which means it will be on Monday. So expect Fight Night to come out tomorrow at some point. If not, then we may need to double up today. I doubt the double upload will come if it does come out today, because this has been quite a late video for me to record. But anyway, Jace making his way down to the ring, the Portuguese Phoenix, the longest ever reigning champion in WIW to date, with an 84-day title reign, which came to an end 2 weeks ago at the hands of the man that he's going to clash with tonight. It's Jayden, who I'm hoping has recovered after the beatdown he got from Aaron Albright after his sneak attack didn't quite work out in his favour. But Jace, last week, after humiliating the current WIW champion, Aaron Albright, tonight steps in the ring with the man who took the title away from him. Not Mason Foster, but the man who helped him get away with the title, and that is Jayden. Jayden says he has a plan for everything, but as of late, his plans haven't exactly worked out in his favour. But once again, he's worked himself into another triple threat, so maybe the plan is to target Jace and ignore Aaron Albright again, because he hasn't had much luck against Aaron Albright. But he's stepping into another triple threat match. This is his rematch clause, by the way. But he says this is all part of a master plan. And that's what my question is. What exactly is this plan that he has conjured up for this pay-per-view? I don't know how, but he intends to walk out a two-time champion at Christmas Clash's main event for the WIW Championship. The general manager has also added a very interesting stipulation to this one. It's now an elimination matchup. That's right, it's elimination, so it isn't going to be one fall to the finish, which is going to make things even maybe a bit harder for the champion to retain. But it might help him out, because now at least he'll have to be a part of the decision one way or another before losing the title. So that's really helped out Aaron Albright. I don't know whether that's put a spanner in the work in Jayden's plans, but Jace will still be eager to do whatever it takes to walk out the champion. So last week, of course, picking up a big win against the champion Aaron Albright. Can he repeat this week with a win against the man who was the cause of him losing his title? And straight out of the gate, he was gunning and bringing out the big moves. But look at this, Jayden straight away with an answer back there. And there's a Hurricane Rana. And Jayden, you can't let Jace get ahead of steam, because he will capitalize on it. He's a very devastating fighter, and ask anyone who stepped into the ring with this man how devastating he is. Tried to maybe rule out of harm's way there after avoiding it with the leg drag, but popped up back to his feet. He doesn't want to let the momentum slip. Jace is a tough competitor, but Jayden has shown his strength before. He's a very smart man, a tactical fighter, knows what it takes to get the win on any given night against any given opponent. And he's also not ashamed to attack people, to cheat, to do whatever it takes to walk out the champion. And tonight he stands to become a two-time champion. At Christmas Clash, excuse me. He stands to become a two-time champion. And he'll be hoping that he can do that. But right now, Jace making his statement clear that he has every intention of walking out with the title. Look at this beautiful tiger bomb there. From out of nowhere. Beautiful sequence there by Jace. And now look at this butterfly. Big suplex. And Aaron Albright must be watching on backstage, loving this after seeing Jayden ambush him earlier. But of course he must be wondering, as he said, of course he's a two-time champion, but yet has hardly had much of the spotlight, because these two have been going back and forth on each other, and Aaron Albright has felt left out, and that he's been underappreciated since becoming the first ever two-time world champion. Massive Phoenix splash. He's been trying to do what he can to get that. Oh, look at this. And look who's here. It's Aaron Albright, but it's only his music playing. No, Jayden can't afford to fall for this trap. And he hasn't. Look at that, he hasn't done. Big counter. And now look at Jace, though, trying to capitalize on the space he's been given here. The referee's still looking for Aaron Albright, who's clearly not coming down to the ring. And Aaron Albright just playing mind games with both of them there. They both stood in attention. But as Jace tried to capitalize, I guess Jayden once again, too smart to see it coming, but unable to capitalize on the opportunity. Oh, look at that. What's he thinking? Big neck snap. And now trying to choke him out. Scheduled to be a classic, these two. These three at the pay-per-view. It's going to be a great match between all of them. Apologise for any background noise you might have heard there. But still, we carry on. And Jayden, of course, winning his first title on a knee bar. A decent submission specialist. But he's quite a good all-around fighter. He's a decent striker. He can beat you with submissions. He can beat you with devastating moves, such as the cutter. He has a wide variety of moves. It's hard to just name them off the top of my head. But as for Jace, it's very clear he's a brute strength fighter. And of course the devastating GTS, which didn't get off to the greatest of starts when the move came back. But it has definitely grown in prowess. And now look at this, once again trying to choke him out, using a leg scissors to try and suffocate and remove the air from his lungs. But Jace able to power out. Now look at this, the strikes, beautiful combination there. Can he capitalise on it? Scoops him up, Samoan driver. And now look at this. Waiting for him to get back up to his feet. What's he thinking? Spins him around. Big knee to the top of the skull and a discus clothesline on the follow through. And Jace is rolling here. And Jayden has not really got himself going in this match. And a massive running super kick. But now look at this. Trying to fight back. He needs to get himself some momentum coming into Christmas Clash, Jayden. Because things really haven't gone his way as of late. But look at that. These two both missing each other there with the strikes. And now got him in the corner. Can he capitalise on it? He's got him where he wants him, but a big counter by Jace. And Jace, he's landed this running kick. He might be ready for the GTS at any point. But look at this. Looking for an axe kick. Oh no, into a curve stomp instead. And it's busted open him. Is that going to be enough to put him away? Into the cover. It's only a 2.5. Despite the blood that pours down his face. And that's a very close 2.5 count from the former European champion. And Jayden fights on. Opted against the GTS to go for the curve stomp. And it was effective, but not effective enough. And now going to work away on him here. Tree of Woe. Bad position, but well countered by Jayden. And that's where his speciality lies. His countering ability. He's a brilliant reversal artist. He knows how to escape moves, no matter what they are. But right now, he's taking too many hits. He really needs to get going here, or he's in trouble, or in jeopardy of walking out the loser of this contest. Looking to fly again, and the knee across the jaw. Really targeting the head here, Jace. Really looking to make him pay for all the mayhem and destruction that he's caused. Oh, that was a very close 2 count there. Nearly capturing the 3. And Jace has been in control, but Jayden's still trying to fight back. He's not ready to lay down and die here. Oh, and a beautiful running neck breaker from behind. Took a little run up there. And now has got him in a good position to get him up with the shot. Look at this. Trying to embarrass him here. GTS on Jace. Trying to embarrass him with the GTS. And Jayden picks him up. Looking to capitalise on the opportunity he has to take control here. And now Jayden with a chance to capitalise. Oh, but what's he thinking here? Toss to the outside. Maybe looking to do just a little bit more damage if he can get it done. Look at this. Look at the fly. Oh, no, big counter. Massive fist on the counter there by Jace. And Jayden just can't get ahead in this match. He doesn't know what to do at this point. Lifting him up. Oh! And the double knees to the back. End of heartbreak. And now all of a sudden, ready to put this one away maybe. Looking for a brain buster and he connects. And Jayden, right when he thought he'd finally found something that might work there with the suicide dive. A beautiful counter by the European champion. Showing why he was such a dominant champion. And now the Portuguese Phoenix has got him ready. Looking ready to put this one away. GTS! Jace is in trouble as the punt kick follows through. Jayden was in trouble as well, I meant to say. And straight into the cover. And the Portuguese Phoenix gets some beautiful momentum coming into the... Wait, what? No! What? What? Jayden's still going. Jayden kicks out at 2.5. And that was the closest count as of yet. And he's still not done. Look at this. Looking for the pump handle slam, but he couldn't connect. And now Jace taunting. He's enjoying himself. I thought maybe he'd be a bit agitated the fact this match is still going on. But to be fair, it's just hurting Jayden as much as it's hurting him. And look at that. There's a massive drop kick. And another drop kick. Beautiful sequence here. Looking to try to capitalize there. Jayden, and he couldn't do it. And these two going hammer and tongs. You can see the disgust and the disdain that they have for each other as they battle through this match. Another big running kick. And now looking ready maybe to wrap this one up. Double underhook. Into the gut buster. And now maybe looking to... always looking to grab the legs there. But Jayden props up to his feet. Jayden's refusing to give in here. But Jace just proving to be too much. The Portuguese Phoenix really bringing it to him. And yet Jayden still fights on. And I cannot believe it. Oh, look at this. Big snap suplex. The crowd are going nuts. What a main event this has been. And Jayden looking for another snap suplex. Oh no, this time turning it into a neck breaker. And how Jayden's fighting on in this one, I don't know. But he might be ready to put this one away, and he is looking for the knee bar and using the ropes to tear up the ankle, but the referee forcing him to break it up. And once again, he's worn him down with it, but can he capitalize? Look at this. What's he thinking here? Powerbomb! We haven't seen this in a while. Is it going to be enough to take away Jace? No, it's not. But into the Boston Crab, a beautiful follow through. And is it going to be enough to make him tap? Has Jace done it? Has he put away Jayden here? Jace is in a lot of trouble. No, he gets out of it. Neither side willing to back down. And despite Aaron Albright's earlier interruption, this match has been a classic. And neither side willing to give in here. And now look at this. Look at the fly with a forearm. And Jayden doing whatever he can. But look at this. Jace still props up to his feet. And now he's got him. And now he's got him. This could be the opening. No. Went for the GTS but slid out of it. He slid out of it there. And now look at this. Going top rope. High risk. Looking for the Phoenix Splash to wrap up. He's got him. He connects beautifully. And into the cover. Has Jayden put away Jace? Has he done it? No, it's another kick out. And Jayden can't believe his eyes. Jace kicks out again. And now what's he thinking? He's trying to wear him down a bit more. Just grinding his face onto the apron. And Jayden has shown the heart of a warrior tonight. But Jace, all of a sudden on the back burner. And he's becoming close to losing this matchup. Always looking for a suplex. Big counter there by Jace. Looking to capitalize. Couldn't do it. Irish whip. Jumps to the other side of the ropes. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Sunset flip to the outside. And this match has just been brilliant to watch. Two people who are both eager to put their names in the history books by becoming champions. And no wonder Albright was so eager to try and separate, trying to cause confusion between them earlier by having his theme song play. And now look at this. What's he thinking here? Looking for a big superplex off the top rope. Straight into the cover he goes. Has he finally done it? Has he put away Jayden? It's another 2 count. What a match. This is the match between two people who genuinely hate the sight of one another. And now finally ready to put this way again. Looking for the Phoenix Splash. No, instead of 630 senton. 630 senton. Jayden with some beautiful acrobatic display. And now look at this. What's he thinking here? Running knee right to the jaw. Bringing out all the stops here tonight to pick up this win. And now look at this. Once again looking to embarrass him by landing the GTS. Hitting the GTS on Jace. Adding insult to injury. And he's hurt. You can see it in his face. He's so close to wrapping this one up though. He can do this. There's definitely a win here if he can capitalize on the opportunity that's presented himself. Now look at this, once again going high risk. Looking maybe for another Phoenix Splash. Yes, he is. Phoenix Splash again. Did you see that? He digged his knee right into the genital region, and he's picked up the win. Jayden in a fantastic contest to wrap up tonight's show. The final show, of course, before the pay-per-view. And Jayden picks up the win despite all the big moves that came out from Mr. Jace. The Portuguese Phoenix taken down. And look at that knee bar twisting his foot on the ropes as well to add added impact. With the man who usually has a plan. I feel like there wasn't a plan or a strategy for that one. I feel like that was just an all-out brawl trying to hurt the man who he will be facing at the pay-per-view. And Jayden gets some much-needed momentum heading into what's going to be a fantastic main event at Christmas Clash. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.